It's something you gotta love. But I love what I do because I'm in my own community. And my father caught 5 generations ahead, believe it or not, okay? The beauty is I'm beginning to do the same thing because the same people who I filed bankruptcy for, I got them to buy a house a year later because all their debt was free. And the banks were flexible, especially during that area. Those same people now, I'm doing trust for and setting them up to pass on the generational wealth.
To their kids.
To their kids, so it's not taken by Medicaid, so on and so forth. So I'm looking at generations now come in, and now I'm representing my colleagues' children who are trying to buy property and set themselves up and develop wealth and be able to talk to them and point them in the right direction when it comes to developing economic wealth. So it's all really good stuff.
That's very interesting. And see, these are the things that, I think that a lot of people in our community don't know.
They don't.
They don't know how to keep generational wealth.
Right.
And so that stuff is important. Like a lot of people don't do wills.
But we're not really taught those things.
Exactly, we're not
growing
taught
up.
those
It's not
things. We
that-
don't even know what it
It's
is.
not a forefront of your growing up.
Exactly, yeah. Bankruptcy, we don't know anything about, how to do that, which this might give me an episode to do, bankruptcy. So you might come back for that.
Okay.
Just putting it in your ear now.
And real estate, too.
And real estate,
Very
exactly.
important.
Very
Yeah.
important.
Yeah, so, it's all about how,
Especially in New York City, real estate.
yeah, definitely.
Especially here.
Yeah. So,
And you have, and see, that's very important because, the people who walk in my office and say, well, I really don't have anything. I paid for my house and I helped my daughter and son get a house and I bought it, 30 years ago and I paid $60,000 for it. Well, the house is worth $700,000 now. So how can you say you don't have anything?
Right,
Okay?
yeah.
And you can now take that item and you can move it into a trust.
Right.
Where now if you get ill, it passes on to your heirs, but even better, it's protected. What's happening in our community is our parents, grandfathers, they paid for a house, say, oh, I've got this house, oh yeah, I'll pass it on. You know what? They end up getting sick.
Yep.
They end up going to a nursing home, or
Yep.
they need care at home.
Yep.
The government puts a lien on it,
Yep.
okay?
And they take it.
And they take it.
Yeah.
I mean, there are people who walk in my office years later thinking they inherited something, and they get a bill from the government that says you owe $500,000.
Yep.
Literally $500,000. That's
crazy.
So that house that you thought mom and dad gave you, well, they didn't really give it to you.
Yep.
It's going
Government
back
took
to the
it.
government. So those type of things are just as important because now, thank God, some of us have been able to amass certain things, get an education, develop, some wealth. We've got to pass it on and not lose it.
Right.
And see, what's happening is our white brethren know this. Okay?
They do.
They
That's
do.
why they got all the
All
trusts.
their stuff is in trust.
Yep.
Right, yeah,
Okay?
right.
And
Our
as
stuff
soon as
isn't.
they can put it in there, they do.
That's right,
Yeah.
and you got to do it early. And see, the shame of it is, if we're not putting our finances in place like in trust, that means not only are we paying for our care, we're paying for everybody's care,
Yep.
and that's a shame. Okay, so we're paying for the rest of the world, and we worked twice as hard to get it. We paid highest interest rates in most cases to get it.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
that's a fact.
than our white counterparts, although our credit rate is as good, so it's a double shame.
Right.
So, well, I respect certainly all y'all in criminal law, and you need to stay there. It's not like we can
Ooh,
leave
Chile.
criminal law and move on to another area of law. We've got to stay there. But at the same time,
Chile.
we've got to get into other things to begin protecting our wealth, okay?